Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. It's been a while. Maybe not for you guys, but certainly for me, it's been like a week and a half since I last played any Darkest Dungeon or any video game at all for that matter, which is kind of crazy just to think about for me. So we're going to go ahead and be diving in and getting reacquainted with things. I think a long mission seems like a decent enough idea. I also don't have a hero's ring, although it's not particularly great. I don't have one, and the collector in me just wants it. So I think that's going to be where we're heading next. We do have the opportunity here to get out the crew with an arbalist in order to try to get her all leveled up. And he's totally good. And then we want 3rd and 2nd rank. Is that right? I think that's right. That looks right. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, let me check trinkets here. Bullseye and healing, damage, stun, and debuff. I mean, I guess he marks, but like, considering I don't have the stun, or I have weakening curse. Yeah, I guess that's a reason to keep it. Is there anything else I would really put on that guy? This is the part where I spend all my time questioning decisions made by, like, me several weeks ago and not quite remembering why I made them. Well, we sort by rarity, right? Let me do a quick class sort and then occultist, where you be? There we go. All we otherwise have is dodge. Well, that's not particularly great. But crit chance? I guess it is actually... I really need to maybe rebuild an occultist specifically around those trinkets. Alright, we're going to go ahead and keep it for now, which was an awful lot of me thinking about stuff all for nothing. Spike Collar is super awesome for him, plus additional bleed chance I think will also be super awesome for him. Man, Mallebisse, you've been stacking up some negative quirks. We might need to do something about that before too long. But for now, we're going to hit a provisioning screen and get out there. Alright, so this is a long dungeon, so we want plenty of food, especially since an occultist is our healer. I'm going to go ahead and go with 4 stacks, which is almost certainly overkill. But I've been out of the game for so long that, like, I feel this is almost necessary. So we're going to end up with... I think that should be just enough. You know what? We don't need holy water keys in the Weald, right? I don't think so. Let me also get my curio sheet up, and that looks fine. I think that looks fine. Probably too much food, but I imagine I'm going to be making some mistakes on this run, just kicking off a little bit of the rust. And so I'd like to have that little bit of a cushion, that additional layer of me screwing things up, basically. I think that'll probably be for the best for both my sanity as well as the longevity of any of our characters. So it is good to be back. I am grateful to all of you guys. I liked some very positive responses.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Some very positive responses on some of the videos that went up while I was gone. Let's just go ahead and stun you right out of the gate. Lovely. And we could... Oh, let you dodge instead of sacrificing you to the, well, whatever the occultist worships. Alright, well that's fine. I'll tell you what then, let's do maybe one of these. Oh man, you are dodging everything. Alright, well, I'm not loving that. I'll tell you what, let's just get some good damage on him. Awesome, a bloody good shot indeed. Alright, let's just do that again. Yeah, totally okay with that. And then somebody really needs to put her out of her misery. Right, down to 5. I do actually think the weakening curse might be a good idea on this guy, considering just how hard he hits. And I wouldn't have even really cared if he did get pushed, considering you can do that from pretty much anywhere. So she's going to bleed out. He is bleeding. Oh, I would have loved for that to have been dodged. Unfortunately, not that lucky. Okay. So yeah, feedback on videos and such. That was totally a thing that happened.
Masterfully executed.
I think from what I've seen so far, and maybe a little bit too early to call, comments. Ooh,
Slowly.
that's a little bit painful.
This is how a life is taken.
Tell you what, let's try to stun him for a turn and maybe get in a heal if we can. Go ahead and battlefield bandage you. Awesome. So, it might be a little early to call, but my general feeling... Really? I've never noticed that an herbalist can't move forward. I guess it's not super necessary, all things considered, but I was going to try to move so that he'd have access to weird reconstruction. As it is, I'm not going to be able to do that, which is a little bit unfortunate. Let's go ahead and mark him. And down his protection, which I don't actually think counts as stalling. But we're about to find out. No, it does not. Alright, awesome. Oh, wow. All of that, he has a 66% heal buff right now. And it did very, very little for him. Okay. We can actually ditch those, and we only need 9 crests, like, to fully upgrade our entire town. Which is something I am going to be super thankful to finally be done with. I do believe this is bandages. I remembered something. Awesome, for a decent haul of gold. Yeah, so as the sentence I've been trying to spit out for a while now is... I've got to look up lost luggage. Skeleton keys, anti-venom. Okay, we can anti-venom that. Is that I would say the... overwhelming result was, we'll do that for a shovel, that the comment responses to Kingdom were very encouraging. Lots of people wanted to see more of it, and okay. Oh, we got a surprise. I'm digging surprise. Might be worthwhile to actually go ahead and burn our dog biscuit here as well. And so, I think what's going to happen with Kingdom is it's not...
Precision and power.
Good, good, good. It's not the type of game that I think will have a lot of longevity as a series. It's fun to play, but it's going to get really repetitive really quickly. 14 to 30 or 19 to 40. That was a pretty clear choice then. And so what I'm probably going to do is... I don't want to say I'm going to play until I beat that game.
Injury.
Oh god, they both got rabies off of that? Ugh. And, man. Ugh. Double, man. Okay, I don't think I need the dog biscuit here. I think I can do this without it. We've got this guy down pretty significantly damaged. This is Eldritch, so we might as well take advantage of it. So, yeah. Probably not going to be able to say that I'm going to play until I beat the game. But what I think is going to happen is
monstrous size has
beautiful
no
blow.
Intrinsic merit.
Although we're gonna suck another rain of blight.
Be
Yeah, we need to do something about that real quick. Unfortunately, I do not have enough anti-venoms to really cure all of that. So what I think I'm gonna do as I try to finally get this sentence out, is 10 to 12 more. I think it's more important to get rid of his. 6 to 12, taking 2. Let's go ahead and kill him.
As the fiend falls,
Is play
blossoms.
my current save until I die, which I'm expecting will be probably like 3-4 more episodes. I'm hoping if I die in like the very next episode, as you can probably figure out by now, I haven't recorded any more of it. What you've seen is what has been out there. You can mark the back row. So if I die in like the very next episode, I might start a new save. But I think I'm just gonna do like a save file's worth of it, assuming that we get, you know, relatively far in it.
Continue
Beautiful.
the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Nice. A little bit of gunpowder. Okay, those are all the trinkets that we ever need. So we can also grab that. So well. Okay, and this is an ancient coffin, which is just sort of always good, I believe, and needs nothing. So let's try that out. Hidden treasures. Beautiful. Alright, let's go ahead and get a move on then. So that, you know, should be probably like 3 or 4 more episodes of it. There's probably only going to be an episode or 2 a week of that series. I thought being right now, I'm going to keep powering through with daily episodes of Darkest Dungeon, as another piece of feedback largely was that people still want to see it, and that's good. I'm totally okay with that. We don't have a skeleton key or anti-venom, so I'm going to go skip the left luggage. Oh man, all we are finding are blighted giants down here. You're killing me, Smalls. Well, let's get the stun right off the bat. At least secure that much. And of course, keep stressing up the big guy. Alright, what am I thinking? I'm going to go ahead and get mark target on him. I haven't seen a lot of benefit from trying to lower his damage output, all things considered. And instead the mark is going to allow everybody else to tear him up. Yeah, 37. Awesome. We might be able to get him before he even gets to act again, which would be, quite honestly, fantabulous. Let's consider some heals. We got it. But did manage to bleed ourselves. Okay. Could really, could use a cleansing crystal. That would be the trinket that I'm missing for my occultist, without a doubt. Alright, and you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and kill you.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
I considered letting him go and trying to instead let the Houndmaster get that kill, but yeah, just a little risky if he took Tree Branch shot at us. Alright. So yeah, lots of people wanted this series to continue, which I'm totally fine with. That sounds cool. We can do lots more of Darkest Dungeon. The little bit of information about the new class that is coming out did come out while I was gone. I know very little about it, truth be told, but they basically, it's kind of the abomination transforms, I guess, is the simplest way to put that. Most that's worth 1,000. We'll take it and drop it at the first sign of anything better. Okay, and might as well use some of this food that I brought along with me, and yeah, there was a reason for that, right? Okay. And there we go. I might actually end up camping soon, or I might... Let's see, 100% of room battles. So I may need to go everywhere here. I might camp when I get back to this. My stress is getting a little bit high, and I'd like to do something about that. but I don't want to just waste
In
it.
Radiance, may we find victory.
I don't think it would be a waste at this point. We've got a couple of characters with some pretty high stress, actually. So yeah. So what I think I'm going to be doing, and expect a lot of rambling. Expect me to be kind of getting back into the swing of things. If I am to tell the truth, as I haven't had to do this in about 2 weeks. I did just a little bit of recording like the day before I left, but largely I had taken a break for the few days preceding my trip as well. Go with him, as we have an herbalist that can deal with other ranks.
Confidence
Lovely.
surges as the enemy crumbles.
And not as much damage as I was hoping for. Okay. So yeah, please do bear with me as I get back into the swing of things and my stream of consciousness ramblings become a little less rambly and a little more coherent. But the plan is going to be
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
to continue doing daily episodes of Darkest Dungeon until I, like, straight run out of things to do. Like, all the bosses are gone, I don't have any trinkets or upgrades or
Success
anything
so
left.
clearly in view.
Emeralds
Or is
are
it merely
immediately
a
better than
trick
citric.
of the light?
Although, I could also just eat that one piece of food to grab that. So I should probably do that. While that is going on, I'm probably going to be doing 2 to 3 episodes of Jagged Alliance 2 at the same time. I know it's not nearly as popular of a series, but I do want to keep some of that old school vibe around. You know, I hate these guys, and this giant's not going to be super easy. I'm trying to think of any battle that might be harder, and I'm not coming up with one, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then just going to get bleeds out on everybody. Awesome. No quarter given. I figured as long as we didn't have him marked yet, so the single target didn't make any sense, that Hound's Harry would be our best course of action there. Now I'll go ahead and mark him. Try for the stun, assuming I go before him. Hopefully I do. Good, good. Oh, I do not. Ugh. Please dodge. Oh, God.
As life ebbs, terrible vistas of
Can't
emptiness
hold
reveal
balance.
themselves.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Oh, man. He's got the stun there. Oh, God. He's... and he, of course, goes first. That's so awful. I'm gonna go for it. Awesome.
A death
I think that was actually the right decision to make there. Assuming this does no damage.
More dust, more ashes, more disappointment.
Well, that's just terrible. That may very well be the end of this run before it's even really getting started. Ooh. Well, hindsight being 2020, I should have reordered them, but that's because I knew, or I know now, that she was attacking the 3rd and 4th rank. Otherwise, I think it was the right decision to make, and I would stand by that. Okay, we will at least easily get out of this fight. Man,
Prodigious size alone
even a
does
dog
not
biscuit
dissuade the
couldn't
sharpened
save him.
blade.
Craziness.
A singular strike.
Okay. Boy.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Do I end up leaving this place? That is a question. Let's give me a second here to figure out my thoughts. I'm going to toss the shovels, which is going to seem really dumb, and in fact is probably pretty dumb. Okay, I'm going to go something like that. I'd like to grab the 500. So tell you what, let's just get rid of... what am I doing? Let's just get rid of shovels. Yeah. Check this out. The map. That's cool. Ugh. Not really even that great of a scout. Okay. So let's think about this for just a second. He has to be here to heal. She can't shoot from... Yeah, she can't do anything from the second slot except blind fire and rallying flare. Okay. He can't heal from the second rank, but he can sacrificial stab, he can weakening curse, he can vulnerability curse, and he can hands from abyss and daemon's pull. So I might do something like that. But that would probably be insanity, right? Like, totally a crazy thing. So let's camp for a moment.
A moment
Feast.
of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
And then try to get rid of as much of his stress as we can. Which we may not even be able to do. Okay. Looks like the Houndmaster was the only one who relieved any stress, which is awesome. So, this is how we do it. Restring crossbow. Plan takedown. And scout ahead. Okay. No rest. We're not done yet. Yep.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
We're going to push forward. Of course, their 1-2 combo was what killed our last character, so maybe we're going to regret pushing forward right away. But who knows? Maybe it won't be so bad. Maybe I'm just kidding myself.
Well struck.
Oh, nice. Loving that. Okay. Try for the stun. Get the stun. Sweet. And then mark him. Man. Okay. Back on track for conversation. I understand, of course, Dragonlance 2 might not be my most popular series, but it's a labor of love, and we are going to definitely be seeing it continue until it completes, which really shouldn't be all that long. And so that's probably going to be a few times a week, like 2 to 3 episodes a week. In the meantime, on the days that it is not going on, but probably at most like 1 episode a week, we're going to try to do Kingdom and Duelist. Not
victory.
Such a big,
Perhaps the turning point.
not such a big comment winner, but Duelist also saw the largest number of oh man, okay. Also saw the largest number of views, and I think that might be my own fault to kind of explain what went on with that episode. I actually recorded it like in advance of my trip, considerably in advance of my trip, and was originally just intending it to be the first episode when I started that series, and the start of the series was going to be at some indefinite time in the future. And so I didn't really do the same encouragement of asking people to comment on it. And I think that might have had a pretty large influence on why people were silent.
Impressive.
Yeah, that actually did hit pretty hard, truth be told. You know what I really wish is that this got its bonus against stunned and surprised. I think that would make a ton of sense, actually. Like, I don't see why it doesn't get its bonus against both stun and surprise.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Alright, I keep pushing forward. Yes, I did. So I threw away all my torches, right? And you may wonder why, and or just consider me an idiot at this point. But the reason I did that, I'm not exactly thinking that I'm going to complete this. Ugh. Like, this might be the end of us here. I'm not really thinking that I'm going to be completing this run. I would just like to get more loot than I currently have before I call it quits. And so that's kind of the plan there. We're going to let the torchlight kind of get down, run us a little bit darker than normal, get a little bit more loot than normal, etc., etc. I would be surprised if this crew of 3 managed to get this done on their own. Oh, that could actually be pretty awful. Yeah, because there's nothing she can do from there. That's why it's pretty awful. Alright, 13 to 27, 11 to 22. That's guaranteed. Great. Snorted at you. Did you see that? Do you feel like you were snorted at? I bet you do. But it doesn't feel very good either. Ugh. Well, I'll tell you what. Accuracy 105. The perfect thing to do 1 damage with. Run for the old gods. Ooh. That stung. That stung quite a lot, actually. Okay. Well, that stings right back, doesn't it? Don't need you.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Oh. Believe you me, I am not overconfident even a little bit right now. And yeah, so basically, I'm gonna be trying to sort of rotate through those series, and eventually, do bonus damage against Eldritch. I mean, 5 to 9. That's some bonus damage you got there, huh? Let's go with this guy. I don't like that guy. I will eventually kind of get to a point where there's no real new content going on with Darkest Dungeon, and when that happens, it'll probably pause itself quite naturally, and I can then just sort of, you know what, I think it's worth it trying to just get that kill. I can then just sort of... There we go. I don't actually know what you can do from the back, if anything. Hopefully nothing. Like, nothing would be good. I can totally deal with nothing. Let's consider maybe marking you. And when that happens, I'll probably rotate in, you know, some other game into the daily slot. Just kind of depending on how things have worked out. Oh, that was beautiful. Totally digging that. Did not manage to outpace her, though. Okay. Harmless swipe. That's what you do from the back. You shamble your way to the front. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, I can dig it. I'd never seen that before. That's why Harmless Swipe now has a little exclamation point. So that's why I didn't know what you did. That makes a lot of sense. Alright. I'll tell you what, let's keep you stunned. Sit down and shut up, please. Alright, and then, the bleed is actually a little bit of a concern. But I think with a marked target, you should easily fall between a collect a bounty and a sniper shot.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
You said it, buddy. Alright, we have no bandages, we're taking bleed damage. That sort of sucks, but we're going to keep pressing on. You know what? No, we're not. We're not going to keep pressing on at all. Well, it's not worth it for 2. Okay, if he'd still been bleeding for more, I realized that the Arbalest actually has a camping skill that relieves bleed that I have previously mocked for never seeing any use for whatsoever. Because, like, why would someone use a camping skill to remove bleed? But I might have just found the instance where I would want to have used a camping skill to remove bleed. Instead, we're going to go this way. Find ourselves a little bit hungry. Oh, and take on another room battle.
Nature herself, a victim
I'm
to the
still
spreading corruption,
not
malformed
even
with misintent.
entertaining the idea that we finish this. Like, it's just, it's not gonna happen. Like, there's just no way. Ugh. There's a fungus among us, huh? Alright. We'll let you do some swiping at that guy. I think oh, it's unfortunate that those guys are so fast. Damn. That is some serious blight. Alright. We'll uppercut him. Fling him to the back and stun him. Sniper shot should be able to finish this guy off, but only barely. And Lovet has actually been doing an admirable job from the front, I must say. Ugh. Double ugh. You know, I could Battlefield Bandage. That's the one advantage. Battlefield Bandage actually works on my entire party right now. It's not worth not doing damage for a turn, I think. I can't kill. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and mark him. I'm gonna go ahead and stun him. If I fling him to the back, that would be awesome. Of course, he'll do his fancy escape move, which I'm not super fond of, but that's okay. Alright, and then go for the one that's been marked. As well not waste that. Yeah, there comes Escape Cloud. Figures. Oh wow, moves all the way to the back. Ugh. That was not how I predicted that working. So, I'll mark you now. I thought the fungal battery was going to be something that my occultist could attack. I do love that these guys have gotten themselves into a position where, like, literally all they're capable of doing is leaping over each other with the harmless swipe. That's fantastic. We kill this guy, and they're now a pretty harmless party. Yeah. Eventually, they're probably going to get out of that little dice roll anomaly, like right now. But while it lasted, it was pretty much awesome. And at the very least, at least one of them is basically worthless every turn, even if they do go in the quote-unquote proper order for themselves. Ugh. Alright, you get the kill here. You get the stun, and you're going to do some bandaging. That is the plan, anyway. Beautiful. It also really synergizes nicely with the Arbalist, you know, knocking him back to a position that she would then be able to sort of assist with anytime we end up with just front-rank enemies. Alright, and finish him. Very appropriately titled. Ooh.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Alright, I can't naturally take any of that, so give a little bit more food. It's just common, but it's worth more than a single piece of jade. 25 gold, huh? Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I'd like a bandage, which assumes that I go into any more fights. You know what? I think that makes sense. I'm gonna go with that. We'll drop 25 gold for that. Then what we're gonna do is camp, feast.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
And then pre-stress, probably a bad idea. We'll go in Unspeakable Commune. Yeah, what you said, pal. And then Restrained crossbow, marching orders. Can't do plan takedown anymore. Accuracy and crit up, or I'm gonna go with more scouting. I think right now that is actually super helpful, as it might mean being able to avoid some hallway battles that we don't need to do.
A blazing star is born.
Unlock strongbox is unlocked. I'm not gonna. Am I? Okay, I'm gonna toss the medicinal herb, and then we're gonna keep going. All right, we know we can avoid that room, for instance, because of all of our awesome scouting. 70 trap disarm is the best we've got right here. This troubling effigy would want holy water. I don't have any holy water, so I'm just gonna leave it and instead disarm a trap. Man, our stress is actually looking remarkably reasonable, all things considered.
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Again, holy water that I did not bring with me. Let's think about this. Let's start with, let's mark that. I think the damage buff will likely be worth it. We'll go for a stun on Mr. Fungal Grabby Pants here. Good. This guy's probably going to want to escape Cloud, which I would love for him not to be able to do. Oh, that worked out perfectly. Rain of Blight. Nah. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Luckily, nothing bad really happened there. Alright, so we can do one of these. And then maybe just one of these? Yeah. Totally worked. He could resist this blight again. Not that time. Alright. I mean, it can't happen every time. I understand. Ugh, that didn't feel very harmless. It hit for actual damage. But let's do one of these. Okay. What I'm thinking, I could Bola. Bola does really terrible damage. Let's instant bandage yourself. Kind of counteract all of this blight damage that you're taking. That reordering works out very nicely. And then we'll mark, and then between a sniper shot and a collect bounty, I don't see you being long for this world. 14 is good. 16 is better.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
I mean, the skeleton key might be nice, like it might get us more loot, but I'm not too concerned about it. Every time, man, I keep hoping that maybe, just maybe, the next room is the last room. It's like Quantum Leap, where every leap might be the leap home. It's just not quite happening for me. Almost, huh? 95, 95, 115, and 95. I guess might as well just hit him. Kind of doubled up on damage there. Embrace the dark. No thank you, lady. Yeah. Alright. Decent. Easy kill there, and we should be able to one-shot him. If only... Oh man, actually did pretty decent damage, all things considered. We should be able to one-shot him with something like that. Maybe I should have instead bandaged. Okay.
This expedition at least promises success.
You know, normally things like that, like, oh, maybe I should have bandaged, don't really mean much, but this actually might be one of those dungeons where literally min-maxing everything is the only way that I'm making out of it alive, so I probably shouldn't dismiss that so easily. That's worth 500 gold, which is worth more than a bandage to me. We'll keep moving here. Room fight. Not the worst thing in the world. Thankfully, actually a lot of stress-inducing enemies. Tell you what, we'll mark him for the easier kill. Good dodge. Don't even care. Alright, and then, unfortunately, since she can't hit the character that's marked, let's just try for the debuff across the rest of the party. And, great. Toss away my bandage. Now, what do I need? Easy kill. Okay. And 15, 15. Yeah. It's either that or move, right? Of course. Dodge the pull, which is a thing that might have actually been useful. Just did the move, but not the stun, which is really the most important ingredient in that mix, so I can't complain too much. Oh. Okay. Stress is fine. We can do stress. Of all the things you can potentially do to me, I'm pretty okay with being stressed. Okay. Guess we just take the kill. I wish that she could have acted first, but it didn't matter in the slightest. Ooh,
these
beautiful shiny things.
Can be felled. They can be beaten.
Alright, sapphire, emerald, all but 50 gold. Oh, flashback, quickening, move resistance isn't really even that good. I guess that's why they're common trinkets, right? Welp. I'm gonna reorganize some stuff here so I at least understand what is going on at the moment. Okay. That is more gold. Alright. More citrine. Wish I could check what I'm looking like on a shovel front. But what I'm thinking is we'll toss the grave robber's satchel. Heirloom chest, let's see. Heirloom chest without a key is bleed or blight. I don't think it's worth it. My HP is a little too precious right now. And I was actually going to need one more shovel. Oh, no, I'm not. Next up is the next room fight. Or the next, the next room is the last room battle. That was the sentence that I was trying to construct there. Okay. Things are going to be fine. I'm ultimately very glad I didn't toss out the food. I thought about it. You know, what was the likelihood that we got another hunger check in the very last hallway? Let's let you eat. And here we go. Maybe. Just maybe. Alright, embrace the dark, not so bad. I'm actually super okay with like 2 stress characters backing up the Blighted Giant. Like, that's probably the best I could have hoped for. Oh, that's not so good. Alright, I'm just gonna burn this guy down. I don't care really at all about what they're doing. Of course, that could be really awful. Yeah, that was pretty much really awful. Of course, I say I don't care. There is the chance that he tree branch smacks me down to death's door, and then their 1 damage is enough to kill me. Also, we are completely in the wrong order now. Poison spores. Oh man, as long as you keep your tree branches to yourself, man, you can do whatever you want. Poison spore, to your heart's content, pal. Is that 11 damage worth him losing out on his plus 25?
Wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
I think it was. Alright. And with him dead, I would say chance of death plummets to near 0. Maybe not 0-0, but certainly near 0. I would be hard-pressed to imagine a scenario in which a tenacious crone
Quickly the tide turns.
and a cultist enchantress end up killing us. Although I do think it definitely starts with driving Lovet insane. Oh snap. He became
A
focused.
moment of clarity in the eye of the storm.
Everything bleeds. You watch. Alright, what did we just gain? So accuracy, crit, not damage though, and then just all the resists. Okay, accuracy and crit. I mean, I can live with accuracy and crit. Not quite enough. You know what though? Also not quite enough. Alright, fine. Well, you be that way. Oh my god, she's a dodging fool. Focus up, damn you, now it's time to hunt. Oh my god, he can buff others. That is amazing. I've not seen characters become virtuous very often, but I've never seen focused cause other characters to get buffed. That is super cool. Like, man, I wish the virtue thing like happened a little bit more frequently. I really do. Alright, we don't need any of that. Excuse me? Excuse me. Oh, I skipped that room. Why did I skip that room? Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay, guys. Now is the time that we backtrack, probably run into a shambler, and find out that everything we have done was for nothing. That sounds about right, doesn't it? I think it does. We're now going to be... Oh, I have a single torch. I didn't even need to do that. I didn't even know I had a single torch. Oh my god. My brain is accomplishing none of the things it needs to be doing. But it doesn't... Ugh. This is actually a pretty terrible fight. Unholy and beast. Ugh. They have dodge and protection. Well, we'll go ahead and mark him. Allow for sniper shot to hopefully do him in. Ooh. Resisted the stun, which is awesome. I really need to run into as few... he has no stun resist. Okay. As few fights from backtracking as humanly possible. Like, the game needs to feel super sorry for me and grant me that one kind mercy. Okay. One down. Stun you. I've come to collect. Oh. Stone cold killer, Lovet. That's what you are. Okay. I'm actually gonna bandage. I may actually bandage again, which might seem a little odd, but 7, 5, and 9 won't kill. Flurry of claws. Eh. I've seen worse. He's got his stun resist on right now. 150. Going for it. Right now, you can do no wrong. Okay. Right. I was going to bandage again. It's time for 6. I'm totally okay with the way that went. He easily gets a kill. This guy's stun resist is now way higher. Ugh, that was a pretty bad dice roll. And Rend kind of sucked. I still really wish Battlefield Bandage would actually bandage. Unfortunately, it does not. So, we'll just mark. He'll dodge it, considering it comes with a dodge. Dodge debuff, that's kind of ironic. And I guess we just hit him with regular attacks then. That 40% protection is no joke at the moment, though. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. We're gonna mark you. You're marked, you're stunned, we're healing. Ugh, down to 8, huh? Well, like never. I don't ever use Finish Him for the whole, like, it does more damage to stunned things. I only ever use it because it hits the 3rd rank. And it's the only attack he has that does so. Good, good. That's at least something. Don't need the citrine still. Okay. Really just need all of this backtracking to go super smoothly. Please allow for all of this backtracking to go super smoothly. Also, why did I skip this room? Is it because I'm an idiot? Or did skipping the room make me an idiot? I think that's a good question. I think it was, I mean, I think I remember the conscious decision.
And now, the darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
Alright, you can keep your dominion away from me, please. It was my, well, I'm never gonna beat this dungeon. You know, like, it's clearly no longer about me making it out of here and completing the objective. It's just about getting as much loot as I can, so I didn't want to backtrack too much, so let's just skip it. That's how I ended up in this mess. Learn from my mistake. Do not make it yourself. Because someday, the gods may smile on you. Let's find some things to kill. You know, I couldn't have said it any better myself. I'm super thankful for that map you had. That'll certainly mean the difference between life and death. Also amazed that I somehow had no hunger checks through all of that. Okay, the surprise is actually huge. However, this is kind of... this is kind of a hard fight. So I'm thinking I mark him so I can start doing things like this right away. Good. Okay. Called your bluff, friend. I don't even care. Ugh. That was an awful lot of stress from a marked target. Guys, it's not that bad. Oh, God.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
Ugh. Yeah. They can't all be focused. Who here parleys with shadows? That's actually...
Despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
So that's actually kind of terrible, because they're going to continuously escape Cloud, which... truth be told, I actually consider much worse than their normal long-range attacks. Which is like... Yeah, look at this. Which is kind of funny, because... normally characters or enemies that are out of position have abilities that get them like back into position but are bad.
Now the true test. Hold fast or expire.
Instead, I feel like the fungal battery. Get angry, get even. Ooh. Accuracy. Okay, fair enough. Instead, I feel like the fungal battery has a better ability.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
That's a thing too. The amount of damage over time we're taking right now is a little bit silly. I really... Oh my god, thank you. Oh no.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
This is actually terrible. You know, wouldn't it be awesome if Death Blow Resist came from being virtuous? Okay, it worked. It all worked. It's gonna be okay. Okay. Now, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Also, that's uncommon. 500? That's worth more than 500. Yeah, I think that is the smartest configuration here. We're actually going to continue the adventure for a second to do this. We get a bandage and some crests, which aren't really meaningful at all. Well, our cultist, Mr. Vare, had to...
Corruption is an endless battle, but one that must be fought.
Had sacrificed his life in order for us to complete this. Certainly some missteps there at the end. I cannot try to deny that. 25,000 gold, though. More than we spent on this mission, but I mean, man, not more than we've spent on these two characters. We also did lose the party that Mansell was leveling up with, and no, that wasn't Vare, that was Pansevolt. Sorry, Vare is my level 6 champion occultist. Losing Pansevolt is actually kind of awful, considering I could use more healers for the champion dungeons. Oh, too bad, too bad. Alright, I do think, though, that we made the best of an otherwise terrible situation. The early loss of our Houndmaster.
Once, our estate was the envy of this land.
Was something I'm not really sure how I could have prevented at all. It was a 1-2 punch that, you know, that was it. Mansell, level 4. Lovet, level 4. Man, Lovet, really MVP of the week. And I actually did some quirk removal as well as some positive quirk reinforcing, which is something I don't do enough of. I really should get on that. A little bit of sanitarium treatment of disease, and unfortunately lost a freaking stunning satchel while drinking, which is unfortunate. And Crone is doing what exactly? Where have we lost you to? Drunken Bender. Oh, okay. They went out drinking. Crone got lost, and Amon blacked out, doesn't remember what happened to him. Last she saw, he had just taken a shot and said, "Want to see something neat," and then that was it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so that was a bit painful. Certainly a bit painful. We're gonna probably want to do maybe some new recruiting. We've got 3 open slots now. Oh, yeah, definitely some plotting and planning before we set out again. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more episodes on the channel every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time.